Hello, everyone. Welcome back into more Ticket to Ride. Not Ticket to Ride. That's what I'm recording next. This is Seven Wonders Duel. It's been a long day. Excuse me. So, welcome into Seven Wonders Duel. That's what this is. And we are hopping back in here. All right. I like Appian Way and Statue of Zeus here, and I also really like that I'm getting to go first here. I was really hoping for either Divine Theater or Temple of Artemis. I think the Sphinx is the best card here. I could make an argument for Mausoleum, but the nice thing is, with him grabbing Sanctuary, I was disappointed. We might have gotten Mausoleum. However, I don't hate Circus Maximus being able to double discard a resource, while also, a little military here. This is an interesting military game here that we could try to play. If we grab, if we're able to get strategy. My opponent does have Colossus, which is, not nothing, but it also, I'm cold. My blanket's down here. Hang on. Ugh. Really? That's what you... I guess here's the argument. I think this is actually a really smart play by my opponent, because my opponent knows that they have this wonder. Meaning, instead of grabbing that and then a brown resource, he gets to grab 2 free brown resources, and it's not the worst... It's not the worst thing. All right, I am going to, and there's no resource here, I'm going to grab Sciences. Hang on, I'm adjusting my blanket here. Keep my feet warm. Because strategy, economy, mathematics can be good in the right build, urbanism, but really, I don't think I'm really targeting a science victory. But I think that if I can get strategy here, this is a good military. We are set up very well for a good military game, in my opinion. Interesting that this is taking a little thought for my opponent. I wonder if that means it's Minerva and Mars. Because if it's Neptune, you throw Neptune on that side. Yeah, that's either Minerva or Mars, in my opinion. Oh, man, do we just go for it? I at least want 2 symbols. That's guaranteed. Because that's really going to give me 2 solid shots at... 2 solid shots at this strategy. Interesting that my opponent went with a shield there. Because, I'm talking all this military strategy thing. If my opponent's just going to give me a science victory, then I'll happily take said science victory. But... sometimes it's kind of fun to try to force something. But you also then have to go with what the cards give you. A little annoying there's no Mesopotamian, because that would give us some more science things, science shenanigans that we could do. But very interesting. I'm assuming one of these is going to be a card that we want. And the answer is yes. I think I'm very okay grabbing this and leaving the wood. Especially because, I don't love that this is going to cost me a coin and this one's free, but the fact that I can get papyrus and a wood rather than double wood seems like the better decision here. And I don't want to push military now because I don't really need to. I'm very, very happy to grab that. This is a pretty decent start, all things considered. And we're only halfway through this age. Curious what my opponent does here. The annoying thing would be if one of these 3 cards, yeah, is like a yellow card, yeah, see, that's nice, because now I want to set myself up where one of these is a yellow card that I can take, because I really do want a yellow card. We know where one of them is, but yeah, it always stinks to discard something, especially this late in the age, and it's just 2 coins. That's just kind of poopy. I don't love that my opponent is getting to place all of these tokens, especially because I don't have money to where if my opponent were to put something on this side, I really can't do anything about it. Just kind of unfortunate. Okay. This is all very interesting how my opponent's going about this. Oh, that is... Ooh-wee, that's delightful. Okay. I'm gonna grab the 3rd science symbol. It seems pretty good. And then we're gonna throw Zeus over here. So, and the good news is, I mean, my opponent could decide to use an extra turn here, but I'll also get to place this one, and I can place it here, leaving the gate here. Now, if my opponent wants to do extra turn, which my opponent does not, I will happily do this. And then I'll know what this is. Okay, so Ra is left, and the gate is going to be super cheap for me. Oh, that is excellent. I really want to discard this, but I also think that this is a better long-term play. Yeah, having Baal here is not ideal, but I'm definitely going to go first. And I actually think, because I have so many shots here, I'm going to go economy. I think that's just very nice. If my opponent now wants to Baal, that's fine, but I'll just then grab other stuff. And I know if I can get the gate, I can also Ra to grab something. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of abandoning this whole military thing. Like, I just don't think that's going to work. Okay, my opponent just decides to do that. So, I think that I just want to discard this because that's actually 2 really nice cards that I do not care about my opponent getting. I mean, it's this one, right? I mean, my opponent is basically saying, here is a science victory. Go ahead and take it. And then I also am thinking why my opponent is not doing... I've kind of just like given my opponent Baal, and my opponent is like, no. I'm cool. I wonder if that was a misclick. Maybe not, but because I need the 2 papyrus here, I don't necessarily hate this. Like, my opponent is definitely going military, and so now I may just try to grab the other military the strategy defensively. Okay. That is fine. I'm going to go ahead and discard this. And if my opponent does not do Baal here, which they can't, outside of my opponent grabs this... Okay. Alrighty, that's not great, but I'm also going to take the 6 coins and reducing the cost of something. gosh, that's pretty nice. It's such a weird game. There's so many good things that there's so many good things that I want. Like, I wouldn't mind this, grabbing strategy defensively. I probably want to steal the stone. But also, I kind of want to, like, if my opponent's not playing this, I also kind of want to wait to see if I can steal one of these double ones. The gate is nice because I can steal... I should probably try to steal the mausoleum. Because that would be sick. Because I could grab something out of the discard pile. Okay. I mean... I'm just going to do this because now I can grab strategy. And mathematics is also looking insanely good here. Very curious what my opponent decides to do here. Do they continue to try to push this military thing? Or... Yeah, this is just like a downright... This is a really weird game. Like, I don't want to lose to a military victory, but there's also just so many other good stuff I can do here. Okay, that makes sense. I think I just want to do this. Like, why not? I mean, what do I steal here? I probably want to start doing, like, Statue of Zeus and things like that, but also now these military cards are free, and so, like, those would be pretty nice. Economy really has not paid off at this point. So yeah, like, I'm gonna... Okay. Enough of this. I am gonna spend... I'm gonna spend the full 2 things. I know I can get points here, yada, yada, yada. I want to take... I don't know, what do I want to take? Probably the wood. I don't know. Probably also at some point want to do this gate. Especially for... Okay, excellent. Yep. So, definitely going to do this. And that is very nice that backs it up by 3. It's very nice. Yeah, Yeah. That is the correct move by my opponent. Now, what do I want to do here? I kind of just want to discard this, because I kind of want money going into this age, because I would love to do the gate. I probably should have done the gate before that, but there's, like, every card was just super duper good. Okay, that sucks because I can't get now something out of the discard pile. And that was kind of what I was hoping for, because I really wanted mathematics and urbanism. I can still get it, but okay, however, I do think we want to target some Statue of Zeus, Circus Maximus to really try to cripple my opponent in terms of resources and just trying to give us as much coins as possible. I probably do get rid of... Yeah, that's the right move by my opponent. All right, so I want me to go first. And I would like to construct this wonder. Want to use this extra turn here. And then yes to this. I know I'm giving this up, but I've pretty much now gotten to the point of I'm not going to lose from a military victory. And even, like, there's a wild scenario where we actually, like, can push a military victory of our own, which would be downright hilarious. The risky thing that my opponent has in taking this is, again, a science victory is in play here for me. And so if, these are all science symbols, my opponent could unwittingly give me a science victory. We're in good shape, but not in, like, fantastic shape. I like, there's still... I should, like, statue of Zeus and things like that, too, to try to, mess with my opponent a little bit more. Circus Maximus, too, but crazy that the Pantheons haven't been going. I can't believe I haven't gated yet. And yet I don't feel like I've left things on the board. Maybe the 2 stone was a little bit aggressive. Maybe that was the wrong play. Gosh, I have no idea. Okay, so makes sense that my opponent does that. Okay. I don't hate that. I think economy was bad in terms of yeah. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna do the gate now, because I actually don't think that Ra is what we do here. I kind of want to see if we can get something else, like, I don't know, law. So yeah, that seems good, because now we just need a science symbol. That's fine. Any of the cards that you want to choose are great, because if you choose this military card, the probability of one of these 4 cards being a science card is very, very high. And I just need 1 symbol. When it was 2, that was starting to look a little dubious for a science victory. But when I hit law... Oh, yes. So, I mean, that's the right move for my opponent, except that now my opponent is... I shouldn't say out of extra turns, because the Pantheons can, kind of... give my opponent some life here. Economy was really the waste here. I shouldn't say a waste, but a very poor game. Like, not a lot of coins. Both of us have really good resource bases, and so we're able to just pay for a lot more things. Okay, I love that risk, because boom. My opponent made a mistake there. My opponent needed to use up some of these. I think my opponent had the coin advantage. Oh, hey, Pompey. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you. Thank you. So glad you are enjoying them. I'm having a blast, so it is nice when others are enjoying it as well. So yeah, Pompey, shout out to you. I think I've seen you in the comments section. So, yeah, shout out to you there. So, this is a perfect example of a game that can kind of like evolve, where like, okay, I started out with a science victory, and then I had 3 science symbols, and I was like, well, maybe I go strategy. Well, then maybe it was like, okay, well, maybe I can get a bunch of these tokens, get mathematics and urbanism, and, strategy kind of became more defensive. And then I was like, well, maybe I can just do a big military thing. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, wait a minute, I don't need to steal a wonder. I can just grab law, and now I can win science victory. So, kind of keeping options open is if you pigeonhole yourself into like, I am doing a military victory, and I've been in games like this where, it's like I am doing a military victory, and this is what I am doing. The issue is you get to a point where it's like, oh, that didn't work out. Well, shoot, I've got nothing else. Canyon Gardens versus Divine Theater, I think is defensible with how good coins are. I really don't like any of these, to be honest with you, but I think Statue of Zeus is the one that I like. Yeah, like having both of these. There's a calmness to having both of these. I don't have to worry about it. This is probably not as strong of a science game. Simply because there's not. I mean, strategy and agriculture are good. Mysticism can be good if you get a bunch of these tokens. The only thing that would make a tantalizing science victory here is that there's 2 Mesopotamian tokens here. Ooh, I like that. So that's the only reason that, like, ooh, maybe a science thing would be kind of neat. And especially we see 4 science symbols as well. So, okay, my opponent does go for it. So we're going to at least need to, like, block my opponent from that. But the one downside of kind of going science in the first stage, especially if you don't have glass or papyrus, you're spending quite a lot of money. Okay. So my opponent probably is considering what to do here. Okay, just kind of sticks it somewhere in the middle. Good card, good card. All right, yes to this. Yes to this yellow card. So, like, the nice thing here, like, if my opponent wants to keep going science, cool. But yeah, so I've got to watch the sciences here. Like, that's definitely something I got to watch. Because there's a decent chance that my opponent gets 3 science symbols here. I'm going to do this. I know this reveals 2 cards, but I want to know what this is. Okay, so that's inky. And then what I can do here is I can put the snake here, because then I just know that I won't grab any science symbols. All right, that's nice. Because, yeah, my opponent probably takes that. And then I'm just going to... Coins are great. And then now my opponent cannot afford an extra turn. And so either way here, I either discard a science symbol or I get the glass. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. And I get to place this, meaning I probably am placing this here. And I really... Hades is too risky because I'm going to be discarding so many of the science cards. I don't want that to happen. That's a little bit of a bummer. But so there's a world where all right, I'm going to do kind of a funky play. And I'm not sure whether this is correct, but I think it's fun. If I discard this, my opponent now has to spend the 2 coins in order to get the 3rd science symbol, rather than getting it for free. So at least, yeah. So at least if my opponent wanted that, my opponent now has to go down to 0 coins, which means this becomes a much more interesting decision. Okay, well, I'm definitely not putting Ra out on the board, especially because I have the Divine Theater, and I love the gate here. That's kind of poopy, but so be it. I mean, my opponent should be taking that, like, immediately. Take the 4 coins. Take the 4 coins. Looks like we may have lost Lady Maria 777 here. Let's see if we get a reconnection. If not, we'll just kind of jump into another game. So... maybe? Well, hey, hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. This video comes out on a Tuesday. To let you all know, I am in the process of moving. We're just doing a local move, so it's nothing like, going cross-country or anything like that. But if I miss a day on video uploads, it's because I've just, got so much moving going on. And, I'm just busy. But I really am, part of this is, I'm sure you've all seen if you've watched my videos. I don't really edit these. I don't really, I don't do a whole lot in there. So like this is fun. I enjoy doing this, but if it gets to a point where I'm like, shoot, I just don't have time. My apologies. I'm not going anywhere, but, I appreciate you watching. Okay, so there is a decent chance that Lady Maria is going to disconnect here, and we're going to skip this player. I would totally do another one or just re-record, but 2 things. 1, I want to keep that shout-out to Pompey in this video, and 2, I really have to go to the bathroom. I really have to poop. And so sorry for not the lack of a second game. But again, want to keep that shout out in here. And, this is real, man. I really cannot do another game. Otherwise, we might have a interesting situation. So hit that subscribe button. This is the content that you come for. And we'll see you next time.